This is the episode that changes everything. A storm rolls in, both literal and emotional. As Ellie and Jesse ride out on patrol, Abby hunts her target, and Jackson braces for its most brutal fight yet. This is episode 2 of season 2 of The Last of Us, and I'm here to break it all down with you. What's up, everybody? Now that is how you do TV. That was one hell of an episode. I'm going to break this entire thing down for you guys, scene by scene. Now, please be warned, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you are not caught up with The Last of Us, go check out the last episode and then come on back. The episode opens with a haunting memory. Abby stands in the ruined hospital, staring in disbelief at the lifeless body of her father. It's brutal. It's one that immediately sets the emotional tone for this episode. Snapping out of the memory, Abby wakes up shaken. She's determined to head down into town where Joel is, but her group isn't on board. They're nervous. Their plan feels rushed, underdeveloped, and they're clearly outnumbered. But Abby, she's focused and relentless. She's going down there with or without them. Meanwhile, back in Jackson, Jesse pays Ellie a visit, and things get awkward rather quickly. He questions her for hooking up with Dina so soon after the breakup. It's only been a week. The tension between past and present relationships simmers, and instead of diving deeper into the drama, Ellie deflects. She gets ready for patrol, planning to meet up with Joel, but Jesse informs her that Joel already left with Dina. Despite the awkwardness, Jesse volunteers to go with Ellie instead. So the two of them head out. Before leaving, they stop by the big town hall, Jackson's central hub, to grab a bite. But it's not just a food stop. Tommy is giving a security rundown, going over what to do if the infected ever were to breach the perimeter. The threat always looms. As Ellie moves toward the food area, she runs into Seth, the man who insulted her and Dina at the dance. He tries to apologize, but Ellie isn't having any of it. The pain is too fresh, the damage already done. Ellie and Jesse finally head out on patrol on horseback. As they disappear into the snowy wilderness, the camera cuts back to Abby, alone in the cold, tracking someone, Joel presumably. She spots two figures on horseback in the distance. But is it Joel and Dina, or is it Jesse and Ellie? The tension builds, and so does the weather. A storm is rolling in, not just snow, but something darker, more ominous. Back in Jackson, Tommy gets word of the storm and radios the patrols. Everyone is being called back. Jesse and Ellie get the message and take shelter in an old, broken down 7-Eleven that Jesse remembers from his patrol days with Eugene. Inside, the place is filled with marijuana, an unexpected stash. Jesse reflects on Eugene's death. There's some resentment over the way Joel handled things, but also an understanding. Sometimes choices in this world are just plain ugly. As the storm worsens, Abby slips down a steep hill and crashes into what looks like a frozen graveyard of infected. They begin to awaken. Chaos erupts as she runs for her life, barely making it into an abandoned building. She gets caught under a fence as the infected charge at her. Just as one infected grabs her from behind, it gets shot in the head. It's Joel. As Joel takes her into the abandoned building, Dina calls out for Joel. And now Abby knows for sure, this is the man who killed her father. And the trio quickly realizes they're in serious danger. With the town too far away, Abby offers a solution. She says her group is staying in a nearby cabin on top of the mountain. Joel, reluctant but protective, agrees to go, especially since Dina is freezing. As the infected break through the building, they make a run for it on their horses. Back in Jackson, the danger is growing too. A worker discovers fungus spreading through the sewer system. Meanwhile, Jesse and Ellie learn that Joel and Dina have not checked in. They decide to split up and search, planning to meet at an old mine that's nearby. As Joel, Abby, and Dina race toward the cabin, they realize the horde is following. But suddenly, the infected veer off, heading toward Jackson instead. It's as if the fungus itself is communicating through nature. The town explodes into motion. People begin to set up the town's defenses, including trucks that are blocking entrances, sharpshooters taking to the rooftops, and huge barrels filled with gasoline that they'll be pushing over the wall, shooting them with bullets, and igniting it on fire to make huge explosions. Joel catches a glimpse of the fire from the mountain ridge, but Abby convinces him to keep going. Back in town, Tommy grabs a flamethrower as infected start pouring through the walls. It's total chaos. Tommy comes face to face with a bloater, one of the deadliest infected, armored in fungal plating and capable of launching explosive spores. Cornered, Tommy manages to burn it down. Low on ammo, he rejoins the fight just in time to see Maria unleash the hounds, literal dogs of war that tear through the infected just like a scene straight out of Game of Thrones. Back at the cabin, Abby's people find them. They rush to help, blankets, warmth, concern. But it's a setup. Once Abby confirms Joel's identity, the tone completely changes. Dina is sedated with an injection. Abby confronts Joel and asks him where he last saw the fireflies. He says Salt Lake, but it doesn't matter. She takes out a shotgun and shoots Joel right in the knee. She reveals the truth. The doctor Joel killed during Ellie's rescue, well, that was her father, and now she's returning the favor. Abby tells Joel she has a code. She doesn't kill unarmed people. But Joel, he's not getting out alive. She beats him mercifully with a golf club, cracking bone and cartilage until the club itself breaks. An absolutely brutal scene. Ellie arrives just in time to find Joel bloodied and barely breathing. She tries to fight, but she's overpowered and held back. And then, the moment we all feared. Abby takes the broken golf club shaft and drives it through Joel's neck. It's brutal, devastating, and deeply personal. Abby has taken Joel from Ellie, just as Joel once took her father. The cycle of violence is far from over. The episode ends with blood betrayal and the gut-wrenching knowledge that everything is about to explode. Now, when I went into this episode, I thought I had heard rumors that they were changing this portion of the series, and I remember everyone being open arms about it, especially the ones who played the video game. Now, I finished the first part of The Last of Us. I have yet to attempt the second part, mostly because of spoilers. So I actually went into this episode thinking that this was not going to occur. So maybe it was a leak and they did this on purpose, but it was as brutal as I thought it would be. Guys, I enjoyed this episode so much. I'm going to rewatch it right after I'm done recording this video. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comment section. Where do you think we go from here? Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to keep those heads on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.